Namaste programs. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator France to Australia in tiny little bits trip. Yesterday we arrived at Madaniyin, so today we shall leave from there. That is how this works, of course. And let's see how far we can go. Can we get into Libya, into Tripoli? How far is that? Too far. Too far. So not quite. Maybe this one. See how close this one is. Okba Ibn Nafa. Perfect. Just about what we want. Okay, is there anything along the way? Let me just point something out here. If we zoom out here. Points of interest in Europe. Points of interest in Africa. None. One over here. The pyramid. Anyway, someone needs to get to work. There are plenty of points of interest in these places. Let's see. Let's go to the coast. Is there a town here? I guess Bin Kirdan. Add that in. Maybe we can actually head out. Let's head up over here as well. Let's go to Jajis. Yais. It's going to make things a little bit longer, but that's fine. We're still doing okay. I might put a little bend in. See, is there anything hiding in here? Let's have a look at this lake or whatever it is. Salt flat. Dunno. There we go. Then down the coast, Bin Kirdan. Let's have a look at Al-Assar. Assar, dude. All right, we've got still a couple of fairly long legs, so let's head up over to the lagoon here. Here we go, near Abu Kamash. All right, there we go. I think that looks a little bit better. Let's go. All right, everything's looking good. Let's go. We've got some really interesting clouds going on here. And of course, we're on slippery dirt. The sliding that this does is quite hard to control. Up we go. There we go. Get our wheels up. Alright, we want 255 for a little bit as we take off away from Madaniyin. Flaps up. Let's tune to wherever we're supposed to tune. Is my co-pilot fallen asleep? There we go. Wake up. Grab a brush and put a little makeup.
Request flight following. Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 112 Tunis Maghrib Center. Squawk 4315. Squawk 4315 Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11 radar contact 2 miles west of Delta Tango 701,500 feet. QNH 29.85. Roger, Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Alright, we turn it. 83 degrees for 9 minutes 20. Look at this desert. Beautiful. And this storm. Ooh, it's ominous. Ooh, it's ominous. Alright. 83 degrees. On our way to that, possibly a salt lake or just a lake. This looks like a bit of a water that had quite white colouring to it from the satellite picture. Was it near a town though, so I didn't have a name for it. Let's trim and level off. Beautiful. Look at this giant city. Is that Madaniyin? That little runway down there? I think it is. Yes, it is. Hello, yet again. Thank you for having us. through this one black cloud. Yeah, massive town. Dare I say it, almost a city. Little interesting area there, possibly like town hall or something. Football field in its typical dark green pitch with light yellow, brown, what do we call it, beige surroundings. What's this? Sneaky government spy alien Illuminati lizard people complex, or maybe just a warehouse. Looks like we're following this road. Interesting. So, I looked up, well, I tried to look up, I looked up Google satellite images. And definitely all these trees are in rows. They're definitely trees. And then when I sort of did some Googling, I found a bunch of pictures of what they are. And they're olive trees. So, certainly back there were just bazillion olive trees. I mean, I figured it was some kind of, I thought it might be apples or dates or something, or olives, but wow, that's so many. I guess Tunisia makes olives. I mean, maybe it's not just olive trees, maybe it's other things like dates and apples and little shrub-type trees that don't take too much water, I guess. I thought olives were very water intensive anyway. I don't know that. But that is, it's right, it's absolutely true. They're all trees and they've all been planted in, in fields, in rows. It's not some algorithm gone weird. Little, I'm sort of more like a rest stop town, just there to service the highway. Here's a football field that once was. Just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere. Just make out some line markings there, so I think it is a football field. See if we can, we haven't done our pitot heat. There we go. Well, click it twice for some reason. See if we can get our wind on. There we go. Behind us. Okay, good to know. What we've got clouds, ray of sunlight off in the distance. Very cool. More clouds. Oh, it's a cloudy day here in Tunisia. Right, we've done about 6 minutes. We should be fairly close to this this lac, or is it a salt lac, or is it an ordinary lac? We shall find out when we get closer and out of these clouds. Tune in then. Here we go, more olive trees or whatever they are. Just thousands upon millions of them. Crazy. Absolute madness. Here's this lake. It is just an ordinary watery lake, I think. For some reason it looks very white. I thought perhaps it was a salt lake. But, you know, the VFR has it as a blue thing, so definitely just straight up water. A little bit of strange coloration. Very pretty though. Very pretty. Alright, we're nearly at our accustomed point. Mystery Lake. There's a road that runs through there. Okay, I was going to say, why do they put it through the island and not go around? But it's not an island. But they do have I guess, a kind of a bridge there. They haven't really put the bridge in, but there is one. Any boats? No? No boats? No one's on the lake? Aww. Poor lake just wants to have friends. Alright, 43 degrees for 4 minutes 19. On our way to have a look at Yayis, or Jargis. I'm not sure how it is pronounced. I don't know how J's are pronounced in this part of the world. Probably just it's probably Jargis. Jargis. No, Al Jazeera is a J, so that's a J. I like we've got a bit of clouds. It makes everything very dramatic. It just looks cool, to be honest. I like it. How's that for a shot? Over the lake, under the clouds. Awesome. More trees, trees, more trees, more trees, and trees. All in rows. All possibly olives. Another one of these big cities. Do they just subsist off olives in this country? What's for dinner, Mum? Olives. Lunch, olives. Breakfast, olives. Dessert? Ah, that's different. Olive ice cream. So our white line is curving right round and our custom point's all the way up there. So I think I'll just follow the white line actually. Start our turn. Even though the purple arrow will possibly get confused. Let's hope not. Fly through the clouds over the city on our way to basically 161 degrees. Hello Jadis. I hope you're well. I hope a business is booming. Alright, 161. Oh, we've gone over it. 161 for 755. Let's hope the purple arrow can catch up here and realise that we have moved on to the next segment. And I'm following the white line here. On our way to Bin Kirdan. Along the coast here. And over into this giant bay / lagoon. Yeah, I guess I've confused the purple line by not going to the... there must be a button to move it on to the next waypoint, but I don't know what it is. To be honest, let's see. What would it be? No. No, yeah, that changes those things. Go back to GPS. Yeah, I don't know, there probably is a button somewhere for next leg, but it's probably more likely to be like one of these. I simply don't know. The frequencies. These are all audio things. Oh well, stuff it. We're just gonna have to rely on our white line and not the purple arrow. It thinks we're still trying to head back the way we were. It's weird. It's weird that if you follow the actual arrows here... How do I get out of there? There we go. Follow the actual line, I mean, that the arrows doesn't tick over because you didn't cross it. That's weird. I find that weird. Surely it should be smart enough to know we're doing 161 degrees now, which is the next thing on the navlog. More trees, more olives, more whatever they are. Just a bazillion of them. to madness. Maybe when we go over the next one, if we go over the next one, it'll sort itself out. But we don't need it. We've got our white line, we've got our just manually doing it. We're fine. Let's cross this, well, I don't know what you'd call it, bay, lagoon almost. It's almost completely landlocked. Whatever it is, it's gigantic. Excellent, excellent. Actually, I've just had another thought because, yeah, we're doing custom to custom. It's that stuff up there. And we're not even got the same numbers here. What is this? What is this? I don't know, I give up. I give up. I tried. Let's not waste any more time with it. Let's have a look at what we've got here. We've got one singular building with a road to it on the way to the lake, lagoon, whatever it is here. Probably waterworks or something. Water treatment. Trying to desalinate some water maybe. Now I think this might be Bin Kierdan in front of us. I forgot to reset the clock, but we did 4 minutes and then we needed to do 8 minutes, so we're at 10 minutes on the clock, so another 2 minutes or so to our next waypoint. The white line is curving, so the waypoint must be nearby. Hello, are you Bin Kierdan? I think you must be. Look at all those trees you've got. On with my altitude just there. It went mad. Speaking of which, am I on the right QNH? Probably not quite. Not too far. Not too far. Football field. Football field. Some kind of huge shed? What's going on there? What's going on there? What you doing, big shed? Here we go, we've got our custom point just ahead of us, so let's try and fly over it and see if that fixes the purple arrow. If not, don't really care. There we go. We're about to go over the dot. Just over here, actually. What's our next turn? 97 degrees. Let's just see if this triggers the purple arrow. Doesn't look like it's gonna. It would have moved on by now. So what do we want? Let's see, 97 degrees for 7 minutes 14. Let's actually reset our clock this time. I'm gonna say I feel certain I did it last time, but you know, maybe I didn't. You know, I was so busy trying to see if the purple arrow was going to turn that I may have just outright forgotten. Let's head over to this road. That's basically where the white line is. And it's also where the people are, the things to see and the what hey and what have yous. Bit of a town going on here. Very nice, all along the highway. Go get to that highway. And follow it to where we headed, Abu Kamash. Basically on the white line, so we want to get back to our, what is it, 97 degrees. That looks pretty good. Yes, it does. Let's have a look around. We've got the sea there. Is it still called the Mediterranean there, or is it some other sea? I do not know. As always, my geography is terrible. Kind of a lake that's been partitioned over there. Is this lake all around it, or is it just sort of strangely coloured fields? And then it goes all black, and I think that might just because it was a cloudy day when the photography was taken, so not really that colour, but interesting anyway. Interesting. Like this here, I don't think this is a shadow from an actual cloud in the game. I think it's a shadow that was there when the photography was done. Could be wrong, of course, but that does seem to be what's going on there. Maybe it's just a darker patch in this lake or whatever. It causes it to be a little bit darker on the way to the sea there. Sort of like a large bit of river opening. Where does this road lead? So right through here and then into that tiny little town over there. What's going on? And we're on the way to Abu Kamash, which is for 7 minutes. We've done 3.5, so halfway there. Kind of tempted to go have a look at what that town is. I'm going to do it. Let's follow the road. We'll find Abu Kamash on the way back. Oh, there's a town right here as well. What are you all about, little town? Middle of nowhere. Very sort of trailer park almost looking place. Quite small. The algorithm hasn't really picked up any buildings, even though there are buildings there.
Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tunis Maghreb Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
What's Charlie airspace?
Cleared through Charlie airspace Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11 contact Tripoli Center on 120.9.
Have we crossed into Libya?
120.9er Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Tripoli Center, Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 1,900 feet.
Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tripoli Center QNH 29.80 continuous plan.
Thank you, Tripoli Center. Surely I should have to acknowledge that, but I don't. Surely I should have to acknowledge continued as planned. This is not much of a town, but what is it? What's the go here? This huge road leads to it. Just a rest stop, I guess. Along the highway. Road splits up. Oh, it'd be a border crossing. It's a border crossing. Exactly what it is. I think we're now in Libya. There we go. That's why it's got the different lines. It splits up into 3. Trucks would have to go somewhere, you know. People they want to talk to somewhere else. There you go. I think we're now in Libya. Welcome to Libya. Let's try and get back to our white line, which is, well, it's all the way down there at the moment. I don't know whether I've missed where we were headed. Abu Kamash? Probably not. We haven't even been going for 7 minutes yet, so even though we did a little bit of a detour to see what that was. There's our custom point. I see it there. Okay, so Abu Kamash is over here somewhere. So let's see how different Libya is from Tunisia and everything else. Already we haven't got rows and rows of trees, but that might just be because we're where we're at. A bit close to the water maybe. And we've got this big floodplain, whatever it is. Almost looks like a lake, but I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not a lake on the GPS, so it's just an X-lake. It's an X-lake! Alright, so what did I select? What is Abu Kamash? I thought I selected a town or something, but apparently not. Our custom point is just here somewhere. Maybe it was that. Oh, it was that, and Abu Kamash was actually over here. And that's Abu Kamash there. I picked here because I went for whatever reason, I don't remember now. Because here, actually, we're heading inland now. But yeah, so that's Abu Kamash over there on the water. So now we want, let's see, 174 for 5 minutes 36 on our way to Al Assar. Assar, dude. Assar. Why are we losing so much height? And by we, I mean me, as always. Let's get back up into the sky rather than plummeting to Earth. So yeah, a lot less farmland and stuff, although is it? Is these fields? It's quite patchworky. Very hilly as well. I don't think it is. I mean these do look like roads and paths and things. Interesting. Don't know what they produce in those kind of fields then. Maybe they're abandoned. 174. Have a look around. There's some roads that lead to who knows where. Who knows where? Really enjoying this journey, you know? Places I've never seen or been to. Not even in this before. I've kind of ignored Africa. No longer. I mean, I'll probably try and head towards... I don't think I've even flown over the pyramids in this game yet. I mean, everyone's done that. I might have. Actually, I think I did. Right when it first came out. How are we doing? Yeah, okay, so 2.5 minutes done, or 5.5 minutes, on our way to Al Asar. We're just in the middle of nothing, nowhere now. Look at this, it's just desert. No roads. It sort of looks like there's little paths through here. Maybe that's just where some Land Rover has gone through or something. I'm thinking that must be Al Asar in front of us. We have been abandoned by the Purple Arrow, our Lord and Saviour. So I guess that's at least something to bear in mind for future legs, that I do actually have to cross over the waypoint, not follow the line of most optimal flying. Unless I can somehow figure out what button to press to move it on to the next waypoint, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. What if I went to the menu of this thing? Options. Press the knob to return to the main page. Yep, don't know. There's probably a button somewhere that does it all, and I just don't know what it is. I'd rather look out the window than and enjoy the scenery. Whoa, what happened there? The light suddenly changed. Got an update on the weather, perhaps. We've had to change everything. You get that sometimes. Alright, well let's meander over to this town here. I think, you know, the white line's curving around ready for our next segment, but yeah, I must have picked the actual town, surely, as the waypoint. So let's go have a look at it. See what a Libyan town's all about. Oh, it's all farm fields and things. Oh, here we go. There's some trees in rows, so they do that too. As you'd expect, it's all the same climate pretty much, I imagine. You grow the same stuff. Pretty sparse town. Interesting that it's quite spread out, but not very dense. I think that's interesting. Maybe it's a military base or something. Could very well be a military base. They probably should be shooting me down right now or something. Cool looking place anyway, whatever it is. Alright, the waypoint is actually just... Alright, so now we can go to 1:45 for 9 minutes. 9 minutes 3 seconds. I don't know why I said it like that. But I did. Deal with it. So 1:45 for 9 minutes. On our way to Okba Ibn Nafa, where we shall be landing, hopefully, if we can find the airport. I think it was a pretty big city that I picked, hopefully. Pretty flat. Pretty flat. Not even seeing any mountains in the distance. So Libya is just one big sort of used to be underwater part of the sea that is now above the water, and probably won't be for long if that's the case. Give it a couple more decades and all of this might be underwater again. Probably not all of it. Some of it anyway. It is pretty flat. I mean, the Netherlands, for example, is pretty much underwater right now, below sea level. So, you know, they're constantly having flooding. But people want to live there, so hey, get the sandbags ready. I didn't realise we'd gotten that far away from the sea that quickly. How about that? This game, just being able to look at the entire world, it still blows my mind. Amazing. Amazing. Interesting colours here with its sort of river networks going through the desert. Absolutely no civilization though. Libya's turning out to be much sparser than Tunisia. And Tunisia was much more populated than I had in my head. I thought all those huge cities that we flew over towards the north, just city after city. Now, I suspect, given Libya's place in geopolitics, that the aerial photography here might not be as good. I mean, already we had issues in Corsica and Sardinia where the aerial photography wasn't detailed enough for the algorithm to do the cities properly, and Tunisia seemed to be the same as well. And I think we're probably even going to go further here. I don't imagine Google and have much chance of flying airplanes and taking photos over Libya. Maybe more so these days, but certainly back in the day, I don't know if it's still true, British and Americans weren't allowed into Libya. And these companies are usually American. But maybe they've used satellite photos or something. Maybe it's really high-res photography for this country. Who knows? Maybe I'm just... because I don't know much about Libya, to be honest. Very pretty one. Good looking country. Well, everywhere's good looking as far as I'm concerned. The world, the planet Earth. We've done a good job with it, you know? Well designed. Right, we're dead bang on the white line. We've done nearly 5 minutes of 9 minutes, so we have found absolutely no one out here. This is kind of, well, it's not the Sahara, but this is kind of the place where all these people like the guy who wrote Le Petit Prince, Saint-Exupéry, whatever his name was, Antoine Saint-Exupéry, got shot down in his plane over northern Africa. You can see why it would be an issue. You know, you're not in a plane or a car out here. Look at this, we've got one little camp in the middle of nowhere. Sus. Yeah, it's a long way to find either water or, I mean, there's a bit of water there, I guess. You'd be out of these trees, so there's probably water. Then, you know, finding somewhere to get rescued, not so easy. I think we're coming up to this city, though, if it is a city. Sort of looks like this might be a a nice location for a town, and the game's sort of rendering some buildings in, I think. Not quite, not yet, but close enough. We're 6 minutes, another 3 minutes. Can we see? Oh, we can, look. That must be the airport there. So we probably want to head over to here a little bit. Okay, okay. Where is that? It's just below the horizon for me. Must be that there, I guess. Doesn't quite match with what I'm looking at on the horizon, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's head over this way so that we're in the right spot to turn into land. Not really a city. It was a big airport though, I thought, so I figured there'd be a city here at Okba Ibn Nafa. Maybe it's just a military airport. Maybe it's just an airport in the middle of nowhere. That's what it looks like. What's this supporting? Where's the nearest big town? Definitely the runway there, and it's gigantic. It's a huge airport. Guess the city that we're nearby I can't see, hasn't rendered in yet. Could this all be sort of buildings and things? I don't know. Alright, well, can we actually get some landing going on here? Oh, there's no ATC, huh? Well, we want runway, I guess, 9 left.
Hotel Lima 77 traffic Chas Rover, Zulu Alpha 114 miles northwest, 2,400 feet inbound to land runway 9 or left.
No air traffic control. No city here. Huge runway. Must be military. Hello, please don't shoot. I am friendly. I am escaping the zombie apocalypse. I am attempting to fly from France to Australia. Please help. Please help. Yeah, that was my leader impression from Fifth Element. I failed miserably. Alright, here we go. Let's line her up for 9 left. There is really nothing here, is there? Just a giant air runway. 2 runways, even. Why do I get the impression that perhaps there is a city here, but we're not allowed to look at it or something? Alright, not looking too bad. Might need a bit of power just to get us the final few meters. I think that's pretty good. Let's flare our way in so that we don't go too slowly. Biom, welcome to the middle of nowhere. Oh, look, we've got little date trees, palm trees. Isn't that cute? Very North African. Okba Ibn Nafa. We're in Libya now. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir, goodbye.